Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome from New Frontier Data to our new Equio experience. We're very proud and excited to introduce you to our Equio, which has really been built to be actionable insights for every stakeholder in the cannabis market. It's important that as the legal cannabis market has matured, New Frontier Data and Equio, our SaaS platform, have also matured to answer the operator's needs for actionable business intelligence. Equio now has a retail and operator-focused business intelligence dashboards, and we're going to be showing you all three of those today. When you think of the operators in the industry and their need to understand the marketplace, we have organized today's demonstration in three areas: discover, engage, and compete. In the retail market, it's important to understand the purchasing behaviors, shopping cart, and point of sale data that is actually being aggregated by New Frontier Data and is being produced by the front end of this market, which are the retail operators. We're going to show you dispensary visit frequency, top consumer profiles for these dispensaries, foot traffic within local markets, revenue share by product form and by day of the week, the cannabis licensing activity for all the types of licenses throughout the United States, as well as by each state. We also very much are focused on the consumer and helping the operator engage with the consumer. About two and a half years ago now, almost 3 years ago now, New Frontier Data introduced the first consumer archetypes into the industry. As some of you may have been following us, we have further matured those archetypes and profiles. We want to show you those trends at the state and national levels. We will also show you consumer engagement and consumer visit frequency at the retail level. Consumption frequency, product and purchasing preferences, and as always, to make our business intelligence insightful and actionable, we're going to show you where the consumers are engaging. So for every state, for the country, for every state, and then again in the retail section, the top 3 consumer profiles. And as usual, and as always, for the last 7 years, New Frontier Data has been able to bring you the macroeconomic understanding of the industry and how to compete within that industry. And so we've broken out what used to be all layered into one interactive map. We've broken out into the market dashboard, sizing and projections, macroeconomic trends, indices and market benchmarks, and then centralized access to data on legislative and regulatory environments. We have not forgotten about everything that has made Equio over the last 5 years. Equio, the central repository and reference library for the industry. Our data marketplace is still here and open and available depending on the subscription level. Our widgets, which is our real-time and intraday public markets information and ticker, is still there. Access to over $100,000 worth of reports and data, a couple of thousand charts and pre-contextualized data, as well as everything we've done historically. And so we wanted to make sure that whilst we were focusing Equio in with the retailers and understanding how to best inform and arm the retailers with actionable insight, all of the different areas that have made Equio so robust over the last few years were not forgotten, and they have been updated. I'm going to move us into a demonstration of the Equio platform now. There will be time for Q&A at the end of my demonstration. Now what we're seeing is the new Equio platform. What you will see on this landing page is, as I stated in the introduction, instead of throwing all of the information on the landing page that we used to have, we've organized in this tile format to make it most easy for people to come in and get directly to the information that they're looking for. Before I do that, however, why don't I go over some basic navigation that has stayed true to as Equio has been over the last few years. One of the easiest ways to get to learn Equio and understand the power of what we're doing is the ability to go in and search just for a keyword. What you can see is I've searched for the keyword edibles, and this shows you all of our charts, our latest reports, profiles of companies, and then every blog post, every news article, everything that we've done on edibles since the beginning of time, as well as how many times they've showed up in the Insight Daily. And so it's a really easy way to learn about Equio is to just go up and poke around, start searching. What you'll notice on the left-hand navigation bar is just the addition of this cannabis dashboard. The reports and charts, widgets has its own home now, our data marketplace, our cannabis are all still represented on the left-hand navigation bar, and makes it easy for that navigation to exactly the place that you want to go. The navigation bar is also easily retracted so that you get the full experience. I'm going to go ahead and let's talk about the cannabis retail information. This is probably the simple largest change that you'll see on the new Equio dashboard. And if we click into the retail marketplace or the retail dashboard, what you see here is a representation of every active cannabis dispensary in the United States. At the U.S. level, we also provide you product sales index month over month over the last 3 years, organized by category. So how is flower selling versus edible versus extract, so on and so forth. What you'll also notice in Equio for the first time is that our widgets and the live information is interactive. It allows you to view the information in a manner in which you want. You can select a date. You can segment out information that you want. You can view it in a pie chart or as a line chart showing trends. It's important that we give information, again, that's actionable. I will get up to the interactivity of this map in just a second. Moving down our page, we're also introducing the best-selling products in the United States by the top 3 categories. And you'll notice that these are actually the product names. We will be updating this every single month. It introduces an idea of democratization of data, and it allows us to communicate out into the marketplace exactly who's being the most successful products in each of their categories. Important also to the retailer, the value of every transaction. So the average spend per visit, and we have that also by category. We're introducing a new form of data, or a new data stream into Equio, which is all of the license information for every active license in the United States. And this shows you the breakdown, how many dispensaries versus cultivators, and the distribution of those licenses. We also give you a quick, revenue by day of the week. Which day is most successful? I don't think this is a surprise to anybody, but it's important information, as this will change as we go deeper into the market. What you see right at the top are 3 tabs. The retail data tab, which is what we're in now. If you simply press the plus sign on the consumer data tab, you'll see everything that's changed. And I will walk through all of this information in a second, as well as in the market data tab. But as I said, we're going to dig really quickly deep into the retail data. So as I stated earlier, every one of these circles represents a group of dispensaries. Why don't we go into a state here, select our state. We're going to look at Arizona. What you'll notice is that there are 125 active dispensaries in Arizona. There's 1.2 million cannabis consumers in Arizona, and the market value of Arizona is about $1.1 billion. Moving down, you'll also see again the product sales index by category for the state of Arizona. Remember, as I said earlier, that each one of these widgets, the widgets that have the live data, you're able to manipulate those into a manner in which it's easy for you to see, select your dates. Majority of licensing in Arizona is dispensary. And then at the state level, we give you average spend per transaction. Also, since New Frontier Data has been doing this as long as we have, we give you the historical information as well. And then monthly spend per consumer. And we're introducing, and here's for the first time that our consumers are introduced into the Equio platform. The top 3 profiles for Arizona are Sale and Savvy, the Collegiate Cities, and Come Uppers. A simple click of this will tell you exactly who these consumers are, what their demographic information is, which dispensaries they visit, and also, and this is important, how they prefer to be contacted. This particular one, their first one is email. And this is set by the priority of which digital media they're interested in being contacted. And then the popular product forms by this consumer profile. So it's important to know that our Sale and Savvy, they're about 40 years old. They make about $45,000. They like to be emailed, and they tend to buy flower, solid edibles, or extracts. Again, always ensuring that we make the data actionable to you. We can further dive into the Arizona market by looking at a county. So we're going to select Maricopa County. Seems kind of timely. Within the county, we could show you that there's been 194,411 visits to dispensaries that we have collected. You're able to select different dates, and you're also able to select dispensaries. Now, you can start to type in or select a dispensary from this list, or we can go here and look at dispensaries. We can go here and look at a specific dispensary. In this dispensary, Nature's Medicine in Phoenix, all of this information has been publicly made available for every single dispensary in the United States. And so we're not giving out any real competitive secrets here. What this shows is that there have been 689 unique visitors, or about 84% are unique visitors, and the average frequency of a return visitor is about every 81 days. We can also show how many the total visits, but we could show what the top consumer profiles are, how many visits from that profile, and then from our database of collected visits, how many there are that you can market to, how many people that fit that profile that you can market to. And this is really important, because what we've seen as we were building this part of the Equio platform and talking to dispensary owners, what we've seen is that there is a lot of white space that we're competing. Dispensary owners are competing for that foot traffic, but in digital marketing, email capabilities, other forms of engagement, there is a far greater number of people available to be marketed to than we're actually touching. And that's an important thing for our marketplace. Now, if I come all the way back out, oops, sorry about that. If I come all the way back out to the United States, I can show you then, we can move over to the consumer data. One quick thing I want to show you is that we can actually switch from, we can go from Arizona to this one for Pennsylvania very quickly by searching this upper left-hand corner. So you don't have to do all of the clicks. We have tried to make the interface very intuitive and very interactive. We're going to switch over to the consumer data. So a couple of important things to note here on the consumer data. As New Frontier Data has been reporting for years now, we collect macroeconomic and macro environmental information. So we know the consumption rates, we have the annual consumption rates, monthly consumption rates for the entire country. So let me close that. Total addressable market by consumers for the entire country. And then how many consumers by per thousand. And it's important to understand as a researcher, as an operator, as an investor, what is the addressable market and what's the density of that market, right? There may be one area of the market that's very interesting, but what's the density per thousand people? Therefore being able to judge the investment, the marketing, the value proposition and or offers you're putting out to the consumers. Again, like every other map, you can select a state specifically, but let's walk through what some of the consumer data is here. I just walked through basically these 4 data points, which are overlaid in heat map format. Down below, for the United States, we see that the consumption rates of each of the categories of cannabis, we're able to filter by age. We're able to filter by age, but also by gender. And you'll see the data rebuild in real time based on the filters that you've asked for. And so we're able to see that women 18 to 34, their product preferences, their consumption frequency, again, all of these are interactive. And so you're able to show the information in a way that's easily digestible. It's also easily presentable. We're also able to show the consumer archetypes, right? And their the breakdown of their consumer archetypes and the primary reasons for that consumption. If we move into a state, we'll go back to Arizona again, as a medical state, again, we'll see the filters have stayed. So for women 18 to 34, here is their product preference, their frequency, the archetypes or the profiles in which they fall, and then the primary reasons for consumption. This information can get very detailed for every market in the United States. And I've just switched this over to Colorado. So we only have about 9 minutes left. I am going to go ahead and move over to the market data. Some of you who are currently subscribers to Equio will recognize a map like this, whereas for every state that you mouse over, it gives the important information about that state's market. We're able to show the 2020 to 2025 legal CAGR. Again, for investors, it's important to understand how the market's expected to grow. We also have hemp licensing in each market. And then we have our market opportunity, right? This is an investment opportunity index, and I'll show that to you in 1 second as we scroll down. This information is all displayed here, and it breaks it down in very easily understandable chunks, as well as allowing you to look at each market. Now, this is the United States, but again, you can look at each state, understand the market size, the consumer and patient counts, the medical condition prevalence for the medical states. I'm going to jump to California on this because that's the state everybody loves to see. It gives all of our information. When you look at a specific state, then we have a cannabis market opportunity, an opportunity index ranking. This is actually a good area to show you. Every single one of our widgets has a tooltip, and every one of those tooltips explains exactly what that widget means. And so when we talk about market opportunity for California, we describe our methodology for access, size, growth, and risks. We've also introduced in this Equio a place to reach the medical and or adult use governing bodies and regulatory agencies, the years that they passed. These links will actually bring you to the governing bodies or that agency's website in that specific area. I'm going to run through just a couple of things that may be familiar to those that are already subscribers and those that are not. Our reports and charts area. Every time we release a new report, it goes into our reports and charts area. If you're a basic subscriber, you're able to read every single report within Equio. You're able to access all of our pre-contextualized charts. If you liked something in a specific report, you can select that report. You can also type in a keyword and grab charts. If you are a pro subscriber, you do have copyright license to download and use them in your presentations. Widgets has gotten a new home all by itself. Widgets is our public market tracking. We're able to show you sector performance. You can search on a specific company. Download a company profile. Our data marketplace is also open. Again, depending on your subscription level, you can either purchase or download from here. That represents the new the new Equio, and I'm going to open it up to questions now. How often is the data updated? Depending on the type of data, but the data is updated monthly and quarterly. The market projections are usually updated in the market area. The market projections are usually updated once every 6 months. But in the actionable data area of foot traffic, consumer interaction, the top 5 products, and the product sales index, those are all updated every single month. The data comes from a number of places, from government, from POS partners, from third-party partners outside of the cannabis industry. We have all of that description is available at newfrontierdata.com. Can you share what types? The question is, can you share what types of data sources you utilize? Are you getting information from the dispensaries themselves? Yes, in some cases we are getting information directly from the dispensaries. We do also purchase data from and partner with the POS systems. We also have data sources outside of the marketplace. They help give us location data and visit data. Again, the market sizing, product sales data is a combination of those partnerships as well as what's reported by the states. How can you try the product? Yes, and actually, the funny thing is that somebody is going to yell at me for not saying this in the beginning. So that's a great question. All attendees of this event who sign up for Equio by the end of business on May 28th will receive a 30-day free trial. Our normal free trial is 7 days. The Equio, you can go to newfrontierdata.com or Equio or newfrontierdata.com, and you can sign up for a free trial there. But everybody who attended this webinar, if you do sign up for a free trial by tomorrow, your free trial will be 7 days. Or sorry, 30 days. Okay, hold on. Do you track specific brands and their performance, AKA market share? Currently, we do not give out the market share, but we do give out the top 5 products. We do track both specific brands and products. How do you ensure that the data you're collecting, that you are providing statistically significant, relevant information? Well, that would depend on, well, first and foremost, we don't make any data that we will not make any data available that has not been vetted or statistically proven to be statistically relevant. In the areas of the sales data, we have in some markets up to 40% view and penetration into the market. As far as visit data, we have up to 90% or some, and some we oversample. We're seeing repeat visitors. We also rely on making partnerships with the best possible data providers who have the most penetration in the market. And so we stand by our predictions as they've been accurate for over the last 7 years. And as a data company, a market intelligence company, our entire reputation is based on the validity and the accuracy of our data. So we ensure that it is both statistically relevant and significant. How do you capture the illicit data market? The illicit market. That's a question and answer that takes a little bit longer, and we have answered that question before. But if you don't mind, we'll make sure that we get that answer out to you. You will be able to access a recording of this video. We hope to have it out by tomorrow afternoon. Again, everybody who attended this or signed up for this presentation will get access not only to the recording, but the offer of a 30-day free trial to the Equio platform. From New Frontier Data, my name is Gary Allen, and I appreciate everybody coming. Thank you so much, and have a great day.